Alright, what's up boys? Back out here. Last video I talked about how I had to take it back off the engine stand to get that bolt out of my way. I did that. And I put this engine mount on. It's just these 3 bolts right there. This is gonna go on first. Last time I did this, I did it like 5 times. You pretty much have to put this all on all at once. Manifold on the turbo with the mount and all the brackets. All your oil lines on, all your coolant lines on. You can't get to anything on this front turbo. So just because of that reason, I redid everything up here off of camera. All these gaskets are new. All these banjo bolts and crush washers are new. Gasket, new bolts. Silicone on the bolts for the oil return line. I'm pretty much ready to go. This bracket right here, I didn't put this on last time because I didn't want to take it all back apart. So it goes like this. Go in there like that, but you gotta come up from the bottom at like this angle and slide it on. And that's how this goes. This helps hold your manifold from cracking. Leave all these bolts loose. Just get it all like together. Don't torque anything down yet, except for like your oil feed and your coolant lines. Torque all that down because you can't get to it after the fact. So get your gaskets. I also already cleaned all this off of camera. I did it in the last video if you guys want to see how I did all this. I didn't see the point in recording it twice. I did it on that rear turbo. Clean all the paint off of these, clean all these threads. This is a pain to try to do by yourself. Not even gonna lie. Probably should have called Adrian. I would have drove him nuts with everything. I cleaned everything. Alright, just leave everything loose. Because like I said, this is a huge puzzle. You gotta get that bracket lined up, but this also goes to your transmission. I'm gonna try to do the torque spec that it says to do. I just keep double checking, triple checking, making sure I'm not gonna have to take this thing back off. Because I had to take it off like 3 or 4 times last time around. I don't wanna have to get all new gaskets. I'm not just gonna reuse gaskets again like I did last time. Now, I was looking at the instructions. I said it, I think, in the last video. You're supposed to do this one. There's no way to get a torque on this though. Like, I don't even know what they're talking about. They want you to torque this, this, and this. Then torque your turbo on, then back them off, then go and torque these outside ones, loosen your turbo up, then torque these other ones, and then torque everything down. I mean, I'll go and look at it again. Maybe I got that order wrong, but it's something crazy like that. I think it's just trying to help the brackets and everything get it all torqued down at the same time. I don't really understand it. Put washers on it. There's no way to get my hand up in there. Guess I gotta try to use a magnet. Well, that worked out great, actually. It seems real easy now that I'm like talking about it out loud. But when you're trying to do this on your own, and you have no idea which way it goes, it's not very easy. Okay, yeah, I'll just put it up on the screen real quick. This is ridiculous. Yeah, so I don't even know how you're supposed to torque that one down. Leave it down in the comments if I'm being a complete idiot. How do you torque this down to perfect? Now D, which is this one, to 22. How do I know where I'm at 22? Okay, make sure you left that downpipe loose like I said, because now you gotta try to get this to line up. Dude, this shop is a disaster. And then you gotta get this on. It's gonna be easier to get your return line on first. You need to put silicone on these bolts and put a new gasket on here. Okay, the turbo's on. Oh, I still gotta hook up this oil feed. Let's do that. I also just realized that hopefully I can get this dipstick in. I'm not taking this turbo back off. Not doing it. Okay, sweet. You can still get the dipstick in. I gotta clean it up before I put it in there. I was worried I was gonna take this manifold back off or something. Okay, let's get this oil feed hooked up with this banjo bolt and new washers. Clean this up real good. Use new washers, please. They're like less than a penny. Get this all the way in by hand, and then torque it down to 12. Do not over torque these, okay? It's 12. Front turbo's on. All right, back out here, boys. Have to hook this dipstick up, and then we got those other brackets we could put on. And then I want to get this water house done, because we can do that now that I moved the engine stand brackets. So I definitely want to get that hooked up. So this, I kind of just cleaned it up a little bit. It'll just go in there. Let me grab a light for you. So it'll just go into that hole right there. And then bolt in right there. And it also holds the oil feed line. So replace your O-ring. That just pops down into place. And you'll feel it kind of click. There we go. Then it's this bracket. This whole bracket is just to hold this oil filter housing. Get them all started so they line up real nice. Now this is aluminum. So literally just finger tight on that. I don't know what these are. I think all the brackets are supposed to be something like 50 foot-pounds, but I'm not doing all that. I just don't want anything to come loose and rattle. That's all I care about. Now time for this big old bracket. I've talked about this before. This whole bracket is for your AC, which I deleted my AC. But you gotta keep this bracket because these two bolts right here, that's what holds your tensioner pulley on. So you still gotta keep this heavy bracket. I just realized I forgot to torque down this downpipe. Good thing I went around and checked everything. These are completely loose still. The book says 40 to 47. I'm doing 45. I think I'm done over here for now. I gotta hook that transmission bracket up, but I'll do that later. Gotta hook the engine mount up and the idler pulley, or the tensioner pulley up. But I wanna get this water housing hooked up because, I mean, the turbos aren't done to the coolant lines and the oil lines and everything are hooked up. I hooked this up, turbos are done. Okay, last time I did this, I made all these lines. So it was a horrible pain to try to get on and off. Because all these rubber lines that go to the turbos, I made them exactly the right size with no room to play. But I ended up cutting these ones, so I'm going to have to remake these. This, I think, were good. Yeah, these ones I can reuse. These ones were so tight that I had to cut them. There's no room to play. But yeah, let's cut these old lines off and remake them. Well, I was talking the whole time, and I wasn't recording. Alright, so I just got a piece of hose. This one's so close. Like, it's just a small piece right there. I'm going with like the perfect size, so it's going to be easier for me to put some oil on these. Because I just want everything nice and clean. I don't want anything loose. I don't want anything dangling around. I gotta clean all this up, get all this paint off. Because I gotta get new gaskets on here, which are metal. Which, by the way, it's these gaskets. These little metal clip gaskets that clip on there. They actually gave me 4. So these little plates back here that I said I didn't get gaskets for, and I put red silicone on, I might take those back off and put these gaskets on. Because they actually did give me gaskets. Which they're really cool, the way they work. Like, you see those clips? They just clip right in place. And that's it. It's sweet. Everything lines up perfect. Look at that. That's so sick. Okay, yeah, let me clean this up. This one I didn't get all the paint off of, I don't think. Oh yeah, I did. I already cleaned these up. What am I talking about? I almost already did these one day. Okay, and then same thing like I did on the tube on the other side. Put some of this like dielectric grease on there. Helps slide it on. And once this gets hot, it turns into like glue. I like this. This is what I put on there last time. This was so hard to get apart last time. Because this like turned into like a putty. It was awesome. I'm gonna clean these bolts up and then just put a little drop of silicone in the thread holes. This one you're gonna have to like push on as you're trying to line up. Now there's 2 shorter ones that go in the bottom by a couple threads. And 2 longer ones that go in the top. I was just talking to myself. I don't know why I keep thinking I turned the camera on and I'm turning it off. Okay, I got it on there. You gotta loosen this up if you put it on before. because if you have it set up too high, again, it's like all the other brackets, the hole is bigger so you can move it around a little bit. I just got it all snugged up. Let me look this torque up real quick. I'm sure it's like a 11. It's actually 14, which is, with it being a metal gasket, they probably want it to be a little bit higher than like 11. Oh, and then one of you guys asked about this before, I think. This is for the heater core. That's why I got that looped. I don't have a heater core, so I just have this looped. And it looks like it's kinked a little bit right there every now and then, but this is silicone hose, so it'll flow before it like blows out, you know what I mean? I should just go buy new fittings. I'm sure I could find a 90-degree to go to the throttle body and then just put a bolt in there. But whatever. Alright, boys. Turbos are all hooked up, 100% ready to go. Coolant systems, 100% ready to go. We're pretty much ready for the transmission, right? Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna put the intake runners on or the intake on until it's in the car. So, hook the transmission up and put this thing in the car. I think that's gonna be the end of this one. We'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for me. See ya.